Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ottawa Expositor, and I'm pretty sure I have a new favorite pastime, and that is hashtag fall for CBC. Yes, this is a contest by CBC, one of their shameless self-promotions with our taxpayer money in order to keep themselves afloat. Now I'll get into that a little bit later, but basically, I just want to get into this call to action and what we could be doing. This is a Twitter campaign that they're having, and basically, they're asking people, literally asking us to tell them how we fell for CBC. And as long as you hashtag fall for CBC, it sends it directly to their competition. Now, what we can do is inundate their hashtag trend with certain photos such as this, or certain Twitters such as this. Tweets. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so here's one of the examples at which I've done already. It said, do you fall for CBC? What you want to do is hashtag also other things that could be pertinent to this, such as Ottawa, and I'm going to show you a list of them after. But anyways, here's one example. And I have my CBC redacts the 9-bullet story and still shags it up. And I put in the link with it, and take a look there. It's the shortened version. So you can get that down at the bottom of the video, or when you copy the URL, it gives you the shortened one. And then what you do, you put in the @ sign to someone who is likely to retweet it, like me. Now, normally I wouldn't retweet to myself or tweet it to myself, but if you were to send it to me, I will most surely retweet it if I can, and other people as well. And then what you can also do is tweet it to other people who have legitimately, or quote-unquote legitimately, said why they fell for CBC. So these 3 people there are people who did legitimately quote, and I send it straight to them because they do have their eyes open to at least something, and you can kind of do a little bit of a deception there. So basically you put that there, and also you put in your tag fall for CBC. You can't forget that. Here's another great example with Dolores Flores. She has been on fire lately, by the way. Please subscribe to her on YouTube. But as you see there, she has a hashtag there with the Ottawa shooting and fall for CBC. She tweeted it at CBC as well as myself so that I could retweet it. And what you do there, you just press the button. If you're unaware of how to use Twitter that well, you just press that button with the 2 arrows. What comes up must come down, or as above, so below. You take it as you will, and you retweet it to your followers. I noticed that CBC or Twitter has kind of blocked a lot of these things, so you can quote instead of retweet, and then just fit it accordingly. And that makes it much more efficient. And when you retweet things, it actually bumps its popularity, so it has a bigger chance of seeing it. And please bear with me, I am using a telephone to try and make this video. So here's a great example of somebody who did this kind of under the radar. When you go to the search button, just look up the fall for CBC hashtag, and you'll see people like Gordon Sang, and I totally thought that he was one of the asleep, but no, actually, he just did a great deception on it. And basically, you just reply to him. If it is somebody who is legitimately asleep, you can reply to it. You can also reply to me or anything like that, and just add something in, just so that it increases its popularity. So yeah, basically that is as easy gets. Here's some good tags that you can add in. It's fall for CBC, CBC News, Ottawa Strong, Canada Strong, Ottawa Shooting, and I also have a list of people, though it isn't exclusive to these, but I did notice that these are some of the people that have been already jumping into our campaign. And we have Free Radio Revolution, Rob Mazurek, Dolores Flores, we have Mr. Sang there, we have Max Resistance, Zoltar 244, Filthy 2, up north of 49th. And there's many more. As you see them, you can just add them in. People will follow the lead. And basically, that's about it. Now, why do I believe that this is going to be effective? Well, I'm going to show you this right now. This is a global fail article that they posted in July. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but in July, there was the big talks about the funding that got cut from the CBC. And, of course, it did end up happening. So they are now losing a lot of money. We're talking hundreds or tens of millions of dollars at the very least. And as it says here, Without the reversal of this funding cut, they would likely die without more support. So we're going to help them die off as they deserve to. And basically, what they're trying to do is move to a digital-first strategy. So they're going to be shifting their priorities away from television and radio over the next 5 years, and that means producing original and exclusive content for mobile devices. They're going to be switching more to digital. So it's going to leave them more vulnerable to these types of campaigns against them. And another way that you can do this here, you can actually go on to their YouTube channels and you can download all their videos so that you can scrutinize them. Here's one, The National. Now, if you go into any of their videos, you'll see that their comments have been disabled. And, you know, God forbid, someone might have an opinion outside of the CBC, so they did disable that. However, there are many other channels that they do have, such as CBC News. And they also have the favorite one there with the nice little Fall for C banner at just the good old-fashioned CBC channel. And they have comments completely open there, and you can go ahead and basically take it to them. Now, what are we going to do with this? What is this going to end up accomplishing? They are absolutely broke, so we're going to force them to make a move. And what's going to happen? They'll be forced to either address the Ottawa hoax, which they haven't. They haven't addressed anybody that says that it's a hoax, because guess what? It's so obvious of a hoax that if they ever brought it up, you're going to have too many people wake up. So that is what the main priority is. Now, if they don't do it, that's okay, because guess what? They're going to end up tightening controls on interaction, further isolating themselves from the public. Or, you know, they're going to allow their desperate, shameless self-promotion with our taxes to be hijacked. And there are many other possibilities with this. I do believe this is going to be extremely successful. Now, folks, please tweet on. How did you fall for CBC?